Um, so Virgo, 500,000, 500,000, not vague abundance, not metaphorical wealth, actual quantifiable amount, six figures, life-changing sum, money that reorganizes circumstances. That eliminates debt, maybe. That creates options. That funds dreams. That builds security. That proves something you've been believing or building or fighting for. And that specificity, that actual number matters because 500,000 isn't accident, isn't small windfall, is significant arrival, is amount that requires source. That comes through channel. That represents something substantial happening in your financial reality. Could be business breakthrough, could be inheritance, could be settlement, could be investment paying off, could be opportunity closing, could be sale, could be contract, could be combination of sources arriving in cluster that adds to this amount. But regardless of source, it's coming, is in motion, is organizing itself to reach you within time frame that makes is coming accurate, not just hopeful. And money arriving would be significant on its own, would be worth celebrating on its own, would create transformation on its own. But money isn't arriving in vacuum, is arriving with witness, with vindication, with karmic balance that makes financial shift also emotional victory. Here's what person who doubted you reveals about relationship. Person means specific individual, someone you know, someone in your life or who was in your life, someone whose opinion mattered to you at some point, someone whose doubt registered, someone whose lack of belief created wound. Could be family member who told you you'd fail, who said your dreams were unrealistic, who questioned your decisions, who predicted disaster, who withheld support because they didn't believe you could succeed. And their doubt hurt because you wanted their belief, wanted their backing, wanted them to see what you saw, wanted them to trust you were capable. But they didn't. They doubted. They expressed that doubt. They made you feel their lack of faith, and that feeling stayed with you even as you kept building. Could be partner or EX who underestimated you, who made you feel small, who dismissed your ambitions, who told you you were thinking too big, who limited what they thought you could become. And their doubt shaped how they treated you, maybe, kept you in box, prevented you from pursuing certain things, made you question yourself, made you wonder if they were right and you were delusional. But you left, or they left, and now, when you're no longer accessible, you're proving them wrong. Could be colleague or competitor who counted you out, who thought you weren't threat, who dismissed your potential, who thought they'd always be ahead, who treated you like you didn't matter. And their doubt was public, maybe, was expressed to others, was dismissive in meetings or conversations, was subtle undermining, was patronizing treatment, was making you invisible, but you kept working, kept building, kept positioning, and now positioning is paying off in ways they didn't think possible. Could be friend who stopped believing, who watched you struggle and decided you wouldn't make it, who pulled back their support, who distanced themselves because they didn't want to be associated with your failure. And that abandonment, that fair weather friendship, hurt differently because you thought they understood, thought they'd stay regardless, thought friendship meant believing even when evidence wasn't clear. But they left, and now you're succeeding without them, proving wrong their assessment that you were sinking ship. What totally wrecked means about their current state. Totally means completely, thoroughly, not just slightly bothered, not just mildly uncomfortable, fully affected, consumed by their reaction to your success. Wrecked means destroyed, means their internal stability is disrupted, means watching you succeed is creating crisis in them, means your winning is their psychological unraveling. And wrecked could mean multiple things. Could mean regret destroying them. I was wrong. I pushed them away. I underestimated. I lost access to them when they became this. I sabotaged relationship. That regret creates pain, creates wanting to reach out, creates desperate need to reconnect, creates rewriting history to minimize their doubt. Could mean envy destroying them. Why them? Why do they get this when I don't? It's not fair. They don't deserve this more than I do. That envy creates bitterness, creates needing to diminish your achievement, creates spreading narratives that you got lucky or didn't earn it or something invalid about success. Could mean cognitive dissonance destroying them. I was so sure they'd fail. I was so certain my assessment was correct. How was I this wrong? What does it say about my judgment? That dissonance creates identity crisis, creates questioning their own perception, creates defensive rewriting, where they claim they always believed, or they actually supported, or doubt wasn't that serious. Could mean shame destroying them. Shame about how they treated you. Shame about doubt they expressed. Shame about role they played in making your journey harder. Shame about being revealed as wrong publicly if others know they doubted. That shame creates avoidance, creates inability to face you, creates hiding, creates needing to stay away because proximity amplifies shame. What karma reveals about cosmic justice. Karma suggests balance, suggests what goes around comes around, suggests their DUBT and your success are connected. Our universe or God or natural consequences creating alignment. They doubted, you proved wrong. They suffer from being wrong while you benefit from being right. That's karmic balance. And balance doesn't require your action, doesn't require you pursuing revenge, doesn't require you rubbing their face in success, doesn't require you doing anything. Your success is the karma. Their response to your success is the consequence. You don't have to add to it. Just receive your success and let their suffering be their process. But karma also suggests learning opportunity for them, opportunity to humble themselves, to recognize their judgment was flawed, to grow beyond tendency to doubt others, to become more supportive of people pursuing difficult things. Whether they take that opportunity, whether their wrecked state leads to growth, or just bitterness is their choice, is their journey, is not your responsibility to manage or facilitate. This reflection invites you to consider who specifically comes to mind as person who doubted you and does, knowing they're wrecked, create satisfaction, sadness, indifference, or complex mix. If satisfaction dominates, that's human. That's validation after being dismissed. That's vindication after being doubted. Feel it without guilt. If sadness exists, that's compassion. That's wishing they'd believed so relationship could have been different. That's empathy for their pain, even though they caused your pain. Feel that too. If indifference, that's having moved past them. That's their opinion no longer mattering. That's success being about you, not about proving them wrong. That's freedom. Any response valid, none wrong. Your feelings about their wrecked state belong to you. This reflection invites you to consider, what will you do with 500,000 practical use, symbolic use, or combination? Knowing intended use prepares you, helps you deploy wisely instead of wasting through overwhelm, helps you steward instead of just spending. 500,000 can change life if used well, can be gone quickly if used carelessly. Preparation matters. What you should do when 500,000 arrives. Receive it without immediate broadcasting. Don't post on social media. Don't tell everyone. Don't make public spectacle. Let it be real and private first before it becomes known. Privacy protects from opportunists, from sudden neediness, from people you haven't heard from in years, from energy of others affecting your relationship with money. Receive privately, process privately, decide privately, then share strategically with people who need to know. Verify it's actually accessible. If it's settlement, make sure it's deposited. If it's business income, make sure it's cleared. If it's investment, make sure it's liquidated. Don't spend promised money before it's actual money. Verification prevents devastating disappointment, prevents living as if money is there when delay or complication prevents actual access. SEE, financial advisor, or accountant, 500,000 has tax implications, has strategic deployment options, has decisions that benefit from professional guidance. I've come into significant amount. Help me understand tax implications and strategic options for deployment. Professional guidance prevents expensive mistakes, prevents losing significant portion to taxes you could have minimized, prevents unwise investments, resist impulse to immediately change lifestyle. Don't buy house immediately, don't buy car immediately, don't make major purchases in first weeks. Let money sit. Let yourself adjust to having it. Let emotional high settle. Then make considered decisions about what changes serve you. Immediate lifestyle inflation often leads to money disappearing faster than expected. Slower, considered changes lead to sustained improvement. And create plan for deployment. What percentage to debt elimination if you have debt? What percentage to emergency fund? What percentage to investment? What percentage to immediate quality of life? What percentage to dreams? Plan prevents money just flowing through hands, prevents diffusion where you don't know where it went, creates intentionality that makes money work for you. What you should do regarding person who doubted. Nothing directly. Don't reach out to them. Don't send "I told you so" message. Don't engineer situation where they have to acknowledge your success. Don't pursue their recognition. Your success speaks without you having to narrate it to them. Let it speak. Let others tell them if others tell them. Let them discover organically. Pursuing their acknowledgement gives them power, makes your success about them instead of about you, makes you still seeking their validation even though you succeeded. You don't need their acknowledgement, you have the success. That's sufficient. If they reach out, and they might, especially if wrecked includes regret, decide how to respond based on history and your current feelings. If you're open to reconciliation, if their doubt was circumstantial, not malicious, if relationship had value beyond their doubt, you can engage. I appreciate you reaching out. A lot has changed. If you're not open, if doubt was harmful, if relationship was toxic, if you've moved past them, you can decline. I'm not available for reconnecting. I wish you well. Either response valid, based on what serves you, not what they need. And if they don't reach out, if pride or shame prevents them, let that be. Don't interpret silence as anything other than their process. Don't make it mean your success is inadequate. Their silence is about them. Your success is about you. Keep those separate. Focus on gratitude and forward trajectory rather than vindication and past wounds. Yes, vindication feels good. Yes, proving them wrong is satisfying. Feel that. But don't live there. Don't make your success primarily about their wrongness. Make it about your rightness, about your persistence, about your vision, about your capability. Success that's about proving others wrong stays tied to others. Success that's about proving yourself right is liberated. What 500,000 success actually proves? That your vision was valid, that what you saw was real, that instincts you followed were correct, that risks you took were calculated, not reckless, that persistence you maintained was warranted, not delusional. You weren't wrong, you weren't naive, you weren't foolish, you were right, and being right after being doubted is profound validation. That you're more capable than doubters believed, that their assessment was limited, not accurate, that their doubt reflected their limits, not your limits, that you exceeded their expectations because their expectations were too small. And exceeding low expectations doesn't diminish achievement, just reveals expectations were wrong, reveals doubters lacked vision to see what you saw. That persistence matters, that continuing despite doubt matters, that building when others say stop matters, that trusting yourself when others don't trust you creates outcomes that vindicate trust. 500,000 isn't accident, is result of sustained effort, of decisions made, of risks taken, of vision maintained, of work done. Success proves effort wasn't wasted, proves persistence paid off, proves you were right to keep going. The power is yours. It always has been. 500,000 is coming, and person who doubted you is totally wrecked karma. And when money arrives and their wrecked state becomes visible, your job is receiving money privately and wisely, verifying it's accessible, consulting professionals, resisting immediate lifestyle inflation, creating deployment plan, doing nothing directly toward doubter, responding thoughtfully if they reach out, and focusing on gratitude and forward trajectory rather than vindication and past wounds. Recognizing success proves your vision, capability, and persistence. Take what resonates, softly release the rest, trust yourself. And listen, their being Wrecked might feel like justice, might feel like universe balancing scales, might feel like finally they understand what they did. And those feelings are valid. You're allowed to feel vindicated, allowed to feel satisfied, allowed to enjoy karma working. But don't let their suffering become more important than your success. Don't let vindication overshadow accomplishment. Don't let proving them wrong become more significant than proving yourself right. They were wrong about you. That's settled. Now live in your rightness, live in your success, live in the life 500,000 creates. Forward, not backward, not stuck in old wounds, not fixated on old doubters. You won, you proved vision, you built thing, you received reward. That's the story. The erect state is footnote. Satisfying footnote maybe, but footnote nonetheless. Your success is headline. Live in that. Take care.